And leaves my man a chocolate on top of it. That is savage. Yo, we are talking about writing dramatic thrillers, and we are taking a look at Housekeeping as our case study. A hotel housekeeper, Sophia, learns about the lives of her guests through the things they leave behind. However, when she develops a crush on a charming hotel patron on a long-term business trip, the lines between personal and professional become blurred. Oh no. The total runtime for this bad boy is 11 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's get into it. So we got some nice tone setting at the top of the film, and this is our protagonist. Aw, got it. Cheese and rice. Aw. So this bugs the crap out of me. Nobody wants to read all of this. People are not going to want to read all this. This drives me crazy. Brendan, and he's got skulls next to his name. So safe to say he's probably an ex. He was supposed to pick up Little Man, and now he's seeing someone named Gina. Okay, got it. I'm getting single mom vibes here. Got it.
Oh.
Whoa.
God, sir. I am so sorry.
It's totally fine. Let me get that for you. Is this your boy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my little man.
Beautiful eyes. Just like his mom.
I can't tell you how sorry I am about the card.
Don't worry about it. Look, if you really want to make it up to me, just leave me a few extra pillow chocolates, all right? Room 1404.
He's a charmer. Look at this guy. This is the inciting incident. We are 1 minute 42 seconds in. She drops the phone. One of the patrons picks it up. Seems to be a relatively attractive guy, I would assume. We know she's a single mom. Doesn't appear to be a happy single mom, right? This is clearly our inciting incident, which is our problem or an opportunity. It's not always a problem. The opportunity seems to be she met a nice guy. Maybe this could go somewhere. Okay. She seems giddy. $14.04, okay, that's his room, because he said, leave me some extra chocolates if you really want to say you're sorry. Got it. So technically, we are in the rising action now. We are 2 minutes and 50 seconds in. She's gone to his room, okay? It would seem that we have somewhat of a goal or a plan made, okay? Of course, she's doing her job as a maid, but also information gathering. Who is this guy? She's taking action to figure out who this guy is, right? And see, hey, could this go somewhere? So technically, we are in our rising action. So now she's in his room, she's looking around. She's clearly got a smile on her face. She's happy. All right. She's interested. So we have some symbolism going on here. She's excited about this new guy, this potential prospect of a man, okay? And she's exploring his place. And what do we hear in the sound design? The glass doors in the back there are clearly closed, right? So for all intents and purposes, probably shouldn't be hearing much of anything. Maybe some ACs. However, we're very clearly hearing some sound design choices here. We hear seagulls, we hear sounds of a beach. We clearly hear sounds of a beach. We hear seagulls, we hear waves, we hear water, okay? And what do we get when you think of a beach? It's calming, it's exciting, it's like a breath of fresh air. They're using the sound design to sort of communicate how she feels right now. She's excited about this guy. He's a breath of fresh air, and she feels peaceful. She's excited. It's like going to a beach. It's like an adventure. And to further reinforce this, he's got a rock, a sandy rock on his table here that she picks up. And this is like a visual metaphor. It's like symbolism. She picks up this rock that's clearly from a beach. You know, they're probably at a resort or something, I would imagine. And she polishes, she cleans off this rock here. So this rock is sort of representative of our guy. I don't want to say the rock's a metaphor for him, but this rock and these beach sounds and relaxation is synonymous with him. She's exploring the house now. And she leaves the chocolates like he had suggested. So this is dramatic action. She's interested in this man. He's given her an opportunity to show her interest, right? He said, hey, leave some chocolates as a way of saying thank you. She didn't have to do that, but she did. That's exactly what she did. She left more chocolates. So we know what's going on inside her head. She's interested in this guy. She's willing to take steps to pursue this thing, okay? Dramatic action. She's taking steps to pursue her goal, in this case, to figure out what's going on with this guy. So this is clearly escalation, okay? Let's press. She's excited, she's all smiles. Nice transition here, fade, cool. One week later, that's a horrible font, by the way. This is like the most basic font ever. We need a better font. Dropping our hair, baby girl. Who we trying to impress here?
Housekeeping. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize Mr. Stevens had a guest.
Yes, I'm Mrs. Stevens. I just came up to visit my workaholic husband for a couple weeks.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll come back later.
You know what? Why don't you take a break? I can handle this slob while I'm here.
Oh, no, I can't have you do that.
Please, it'll give me something to do.
If you insist. Let us know if you need anything.
Laura. My name is Laura.
Sophia.
Thank you, Sophia.
Sophia has a problem. She was interested in this man. Seems like this man already has a wife. It's a little weird that the wife is telling the housekeeper, hey, We don't need your services. I'll clean up after my husband when you're at a really nice resort, but I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Obviously, Sophia's not happy. Let's press. What do we get? More sounds of the beach. Okay. We're associating the prospect with beach, breath of fresh air, escape. So in her mind, he's still a prospect. Okay. 2 weeks later, here we are.
Housekeeping.
Love you, Boo Bear. This is a message from Wifey. Dear Yogi Bear, miss you already. See you in a couple of weeks. Don't work too hard. She's understanding. She's identifying with Wifey here. Yeah, because she looks pained here. Okay, she's identifying with Wifey. They look happy. Got it. Things have changed. He's no longer a prospect, but it would seem that she's happy for them. Let's press.
Housekeeping.
Whoa. Whoa. Little Dutch angle action happening. Nice. This place looks trashed. We got the tinnitus going on. Okay, where's the body? Where's the body? Where is it? So this is a thriller. At some point, somebody's gonna turn up dead. Looks like hubby's cheating. Clearly, escalation. We love it. Oh!
Housekeeping.
We no longer hear the sounds of the sea when we enter his house anymore. Now we hear cavernous tones and we hear tinnitus. Now all we get is tension when we enter his place. Okay, got it. Everything's dark. What's gonna happen?
Hey!
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh, it's just you. Can you come back later, sweetheart?
Sweetheart. Oh! Oh! The disrespect. Oh.
Wait. My wife comes back in Thursday afternoon. Why don't you come back in the morning and spruce the place up a bit? Thanks, doll.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, we are 8 minutes, 43 seconds in, and the escalation just continues. Not only is he not a prospect, but he seems to be a dirtbag. We'll just say that. Interesting. So she has a problem. What's she gonna do about this problem? Okay? What's she gonna do? So we know wifey's there Thursday because there's a new note here. So we know wifey's there. He bought flowers for wifey. Oh, and leaves my man a chocolate on top of it. That is savage. That is savage. I mean, look at that. No emotion. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Got the head cocked too. Cold-blooded. All day, every day, twice on a Sunday. That is savage. What's wifey gonna think? That was obviously the climax, okay? The most exciting part of the film. There was no falling action. There was no resolution. We ended on the highest note. So the resolution wasn't really a resolution, okay? We sort of ended on the climax here. Man, what a savage climax, right? So this falls into the category of a revenge thriller. This was a revenge thriller. Did I say what? Revenge? Whatever. Revenge thriller. You guys know what I'm writing. Typically, I tell filmmakers to avoid writing revenge stories for short films because revenge stories require so much setup, right? You have to explain why someone wants revenge. They're not impossible to do. Totally doable. They're just, revenge stories just take more writing, more time consuming to produce, both in terms of time, money, and energy, because you need more setup, which means more scenes, which means more work, right? Potentially more locations, potentially more actors. So typically I tell filmmakers, avoid writing revenge stories if you're gonna make a short. Okay, especially people new to filmmaking. If you got a lot of experience and you know what you're doing, sure, write all the revenge stories you want. But for new filmmakers, peeps who haven't shot in a while and they're just getting into it, you kind of want to avoid writing revenge stories because they're so setup intensive. So much bloody setup for a good thriller. But they did some smart things in here in order to keep our attention. This is essentially a drama, but they presented this drama as a thriller in order to keep our attention. Because if this were just played out like a drama, it would have been a snooze fest, right? The most exciting part happens at the end. But if this were just a drama up until the end, it would have been a very boring watch. So instead, they gave us a thriller and they packaged this as a thriller and made you feel like, hey, somebody's gonna die, in order to kind of get us through and keep us excited and breadcrumb us up until the fun part. And that's a very smart move on the storytelling because there is so much bloody setup in order to get to the fun part, right? So of course, you know, we have the setup, we realize she's a single mom, got it. We need to know this to understand why she would be motivated to do what she does at the end.
Yeah.
She obviously meets the guy. 2 minutes in, we have our inciting incident. He seems like a charmer. We need to understand that she's excited about this guy. We got to meet wifey. Now we're 4 minutes in. So there's a lot of setup to get to the good stuff. And that's what you get with revenge type stories. A lot of setup. You have to explain a lot of stuff. You need exposition. Okay. So they get around the boring setup by packaging it as a thriller. Right around here, we're getting like, what's going to happen? Is there a body going to turn up? I mean, they keep us interested by making us think that this is going to turn into some sort of dead body situation. We need to see that wifey's a good wifey, right? Leaving notes and pictures. We need that exposition in order to see that the main protagonist identifies with the wife, right? Because she was also someone's partner. 6 minutes in, we need the scene where she discovers potential cheating. Okay? We need these clues. These are all exposition. This is all setup needed for the revenge at the end. We need all of these pieces. But they've weaved in the exposition with red herrings. She went into this room and they gave us a red herring when she came into this room. They gave us a bait and switch. Clever sound design. We get a bass drop. We see a trashed place. Okay, looks like maybe a fight happened in here, right? Sofa cushions. Broken vase. Why would there be a broken vase? Come on. Okay, chair tipped over. I mean, you could say, yeah, maybe they had sex and they had wild sex. Ain't no sex that wild, guys. There's no sex that wild. This was a red herring deliberately here to throw the audience off, to keep them interested, to make you think that it's something else other than what it actually is, okay? So very, very smart move. This is how they get you thinking, oh, this is a thriller. Where's the dead body coming in? While they feed you more exposition on the low. We also have the tinnitus, the Dutch angles. We're following all of the tropes of a thriller. All of the tropes. From the visuals, okay? Lipstick, knocked over glasses. She's breathing hard. Like, does she need to breathe hard here? Yes, if she thinks she's about to find a dead body. But had she come into this room and it wasn't trashed and all she saw was a bra and some clothes on the floor, she wouldn't be breathing hard, you know? The rocks knocked over? Come on. Even if they were having wild sex in here, guys. Like, why would there be this much chaos? Even the chessboard is knocked over. Literally everything that could be tossed in this room has been tossed, okay? And then we get the reveal, a bra. Oh, but if you listen closely, for those of you who are wearing headphones, we can hear flies. They put flies in the sound design to throw you off. You see a bra, you hear flies. Oh, what's gonna happen? Flies usually mean there's a dead body around. Back to the point, let me land the plane on the revenge stories here. Revenge stories are very difficult to pull off in a short film, okay? Because you need a lot of setup. Also, this is a very character-driven piece, which I think is also required for any good revenge thriller. Any good story in general, for the most part, you could argue. So we have our character, Sophia. Typically with revenge stories, most stories, right? You want your characters to be active. You want them to do something about their problems. At the end of the day, that's what active characters do. They take action. That's why they're interesting to watch. They do things about their problems. You do not want your characters to be passive, okay? We don't want passive characters. Passive characters are boring to watch because they don't do anything about their problems. Sophia, or Sophie, is an active character, okay? She clearly does something about her problems. And that's what makes her interesting to watch. She's a housekeeper. She can't do much, right? She's cleaning house. For the most part, she's somewhat passive in most of this film because she's a housekeeper. There's not a whole lot she can do, right? Her job is to clean rooms. Clean up after the guests. That's her job. She's just doing her job and she's running into these puzzle pieces and discovering more about this guy. But then when we reach the climax of the film, not only does she see that this guy is a raging douchebag and he's cheating, He's cheating on the wife. And our housekeeper identifies with the wife because she is a single mother. Okay, so that's a problem. And on top of that, this guy is disrespectful to the housekeeper. Disrespect. So he's disrespectful on top of that, okay? Big problem all the way around. This guy's out of control.
Come back later.
He's out of control.
Sweetheart.
Calling her sweetheart, right? She's not happy, okay?
Wait.
She's not happy. And then he asks her to help him hide his buffoonery, okay?
Wait.
So she has one big smoking problem, or at least in her world. It's a problem big enough for her to take action. And action she takes. She comes in and she does this. She takes very decisive action about the problem. This is what makes her an active character right here. And what she did was interesting, it was bizarre, it was entertaining, and it was memorable, right? It was memorable. Everything you want out of a good protagonist, a good character-driven story. They take action about their problems, they do something interesting, okay? That's what you need out of a good drama. That's what you need out of a good thriller. You need characters that actually drive the story. Characters that are interesting to watch. Your characters are only as interesting as what they do, okay? So make sure they do something interesting about their problems. This is a savage. This is a face of a savage. Her defining action was interesting. Now, one could argue, okay, was this morally correct to do so? You know, we don't know. What if wife and hubby are in an open relationship? We don't really know enough about their situation to make judgment calls. Neither does the housekeeper. She doesn't really know enough. Ultimately, in terms of the morality of the action taken, we don't know if it's moral, right? All we know is what we saw. It's entertaining, interesting to watch. It's all that really matters. This is not a documentary, okay? Tracy, good job, Tracy. This is a good look. We like. Wow, what an incredibly intelligent thriller. I was wondering where this was headed and it all came together nicely. This deserves to go viral. I like the main character. Don't know if I'm not supposed to, but her move at the end showcases whose side she's on. And I'm glad there are still people who care for others. Thank you for this film. Prime example of when your characters do interesting things about their problem. She's responding to the defining action. She's responding to that iconic moment.